welcome to Joburg Today. I'm Danica Lilliland. Geekfest is one of the largest festivals held in the country that celebrates the sometimes misunderstood subculture of geekdom. Characters in all shapes and forms were out to celebrate this annual event. Joburgers are spoiled for choice when it comes to festivals in this great city. If you don't know what LARPing is, cosplay, or jumping off huge cranes into bags, you're missing out on one amazing festival. Geekfest is here at Huddle Park.
I think there's a bit of geek in everybody. This is a space for you to come and not be judged. I mean, with the wings on your back or the horns on your head, stuff like that. So Richard Harmon, a guy from the Dark Carnival. I mean, he had an idea 3 years ago, and this is what it's turned into here.
Everyone is a geek for something. It's not about being that person that we automatically associate being a person who sits in their mom's basement playing computer games all day. If you're passionate about something, you're a geek. You've got car geeks, music geeks, pop culture geeks, which are especially here today. But if you're passionate, have a passion, that's what geek is, and that's why we have Geekfest.
This is probably the biggest of its kind. I mean, there's 150 stalls, 4,000 people, but going to probably turn into 6.
Cosplay involves dressing up as your favorite fantasy icon, while LARPing is a more interactive feature involving the reenactments of fantasy battles.
Okay, LARPing is live action role play. It's when you dress up in characters kind of like Dungeons and Dragons and Lord of the Rings. It's like an adventure inside a different world. You actually forget you're living in this modern world. You're thinking you're in a fantasy area like Lord of the Rings. This is the biggest thing I've been to, yes, compared to Rage. Rage is the second biggest event, I think.
Well, it's to entertain the people and also to show the people what the medieval people look like in the 1400s. You have to dress up if you want to fight this type of armor. It's to protect yourself and because you fight with steel.
From medieval sword fighting, robot wars and fantasy role-playing, Geekfest is an entertaining day out for the whole family. If anything, a day out to dress up as your favorite comic book hero. I'm Danica Lilliland for Joburg Today. Joburg Today? Extreme.
2, 1, go for it. Well done.
Hi, my name is Peling. You are watching Joburg Today.
Join the conversation with us on Facebook, joburgtoday.tv, and follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. If you're one of those people who's on the move, you can catch up with us on pockettv.mobi. That's pocket with an I. Collecting art is not as complicated as it seems. Nashina took a look at the latest art exhibition being held at the University of Johannesburg, 20, Art in the Time of Democracy.
Investing in art is one of the most inspired decisions you can make. That's according to experts, who also say the first step is to educate yourself on the forces affecting the art market and the niche you're hoping to pursue. Art Exhibition 20 is currently on display at the University of Johannesburg.
It is truly a privilege to be here at the launch of this art exhibition. Each of the art on display here is rather special because it represents a fragment of South Africa's 20 years of democratic history. Now, there are more than 200 pieces here on display, all of them produced by South Africa's most talented, most highly acclaimed artists.
I think it's quite an important showcase to be part of. It's a very interesting space. There's some incredible work here. And it's nice to be involved with something that speaks to our democracy. The work, it kind of makes a bit more sense with my sort of broader body of work. I work a lot with the body. I work a lot with masquerade. I work a lot with the idea of hybridity and anthropomorphism. Sort of the dichotomy between the sort of civilized self and the instinctive, untamed self, the more animalistic side.
This work is titled Pseudowag, and it's about the roads that we follow, that it's not necessarily the path we thought it would be. And so partly this is also connected to female empowerment, female identity, and how we as females shouldn't stand back. And here we have an example of Ingrid Jonker and Antjie Krog, who are world famous poets and writers. and it's also dedicated to the Afrikaans language.
Some of these paintings have been selected to be shown at the 6th International Beijing Biennale later this year. For serious art investors, this evening's exhibition should have whet their appetites. Experts say it's only a matter of time before their value escalates.
This painting of Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu is my favorite painting on display at this exhibition. And following advice from experts here, this is the painting that I would choose to buy if I am serious about investing in art, simply because I like the painting.
Buy what you like. Treat it like a television. Buy something that you can live with for 20 years, and if you can sell it for a profit, great. If not, buy wisely. Do your homework. Look at what's up there. Look at who the new young and up-and-comings are. Buy now while you can get them, and you're going to make masses of money on it.
That said, if you're ready to diversify into an asset you can actually enjoy, well, you don't have to be a Rockefeller to do it.
I must say, for me, the big piece of our president with the dynamite in his mouth called An Expensive Truth has to rock for me.
Nashina Mohammed for Joburg Today.
I'm Zondi Lengubeni and you're watching Joburg Today.
Independent films are often ignored by the major theatre chains. Luckily for Joburgers, we have the Bioscope here in Maboneng.
We are here at the Bioscope in Maboneng Precinct, the only independent cinema in the whole of Johannesburg. And we're joining them for their Noodle Box night. Let's go check it out.
The Bioscope is Johannesburg's only truly independent cinema. We're one indoor cinema of 62 seats, and we screen every night of the week. Tickets, popcorn, the whole deal. We started it, myself and my business partner Daryl Els, being two film students. Daryl wrote his thesis on whether or not there was space for an independent cinema in Johannesburg. Me, being his friend, thought that was interesting, and together we started. We started as a screening project, and then by 2010 we had the opportunity to find the actual space and actually build a permanent cinema, which was a very exciting time. We've found that we're able to give local content a real place to exist. We found that interesting documentaries that really appeal to sort of a niche audience could really find a successful home at the Bioscope. Stuff that evokes debate around issues that people care about. And then we also found a place for fun stuff, the flexibility to go back, to play cult content.
The Bioscope's actually got Noodle Box Cinema showing tonight. I'm a big fan. I love cheesy B-grade martial arts movies, and they come thick and fast at the Bioscope, so that's why we're here this evening.
Another thing that makes the Bioscope special is what we call signature events, the Bioscope signature events. Our most famous and most long-running signature event is something called Noodle Box Cinema. We go to Cyril Dean to get the noodles. We're very proud of the guys who make them. We're at the moment going back to kind of very cheesy 80s kung fu movies. Imagine watching kung fu movies and eating noodles at the same time.
So if you're hungry for a little bit of fun and a change of scenery, then you know exactly where to go. I'm Bitumela Ratokwena for Joburg Today.
Hi, I'm Jade Hubner and you're watching Joburg Today.
That brings us to the end of our show today, but for more, check out our playlists. That's it from me, Danica. I'll leave you with Dave Van Vuren, Luna Girl.
My Luna girl, you are the reason I'm alive. You are the sea beneath the sun, my only one. I cannot try to even show you all my love. You're sexy, scrumptious woman, you are the one. My Luna girl, with every breath that I may take, it would just be a big mistake without you. My only wish is that I will spend each day with you, and everything that I go through, you go through too. Cause I got a whole lot of love, whole lot of life to share. But I've been running in circles, feeling that life's been unfair. But hold on, a woman, here I come, yeah. I feel you in the deepest way, darling, yeah. I need you. Cause I got a whole lot of love, whole lot of life to share. But I've been running in circles, feeling that life's been unfair. Said I got a whole lot of love, whole lot of life to share. But I've been running in circles, feeling that life's been unfair. But hold on, a woman, here I come.